My lip is broken.
Do you think I'm crazy? I've done all this before.
What's up, vlog? I am back on the cell phone. I am downtown. I'm on my way to the Capitol building for a tour for a field trip. But I dropped them off already because parking's hard, especially a 15-passenger van. And I parked back there. And I'm a few blocks away, so I'm walking there now. Hold on a second. Alright, so I wanted to talk to you guys about something, and hopefully the audio is usable. So last week I got choked. I got in a headlock and bruised my throat, actually. Long story short, I'm rolling in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class. We're rolling, which is their term for like sparring. And I'm going up against a guy who has been doing it longer than me, so he's definitely better than I am. But I just outweigh him and outsize him by so much. Now normally that wouldn't matter. Yeah, it normally wouldn't matter because Jiu-Jitsu is really like based around being a size equalizer. So the whole idea is someone who's small can easily deal with someone who's much larger. So in theory, him being better than me, size shouldn't have mattered, but he wasn't that much better. Like, I'm new, I've been there for a couple months. He's been there for like 6 or 7 months or something like that. So yes, he knew more than I did and was better than me, but it wasn't like he was a blue belt or something. He would have just destroyed me. He was just a few months more than me. So with my size, even though he outclassed me, it wasn't enough to be able to just dominate and destroy me because of my size. And I could still toss him around a little bit. I just couldn't submit him very well because I didn't know enough moves to actually submit the guy. And the few I did try, he could get out of. But again, I would just lay on him. Like, I would get him in a pin, and I couldn't get his arm or something, or a choke, to make him tap out. And he was tapping out at first just because he couldn't do anything, and the instructor was like, don't tap out for pressure. So he was getting really frustrated because I was just on him. I go, look man, I can't submit you, but I'm exhausted. So I'm gonna just lay here and catch my breath until you can get on top of me or get me off of you and submit me. So go for it, buddy. And he was getting frustrated. He tapped out a few times. And he was just getting stuck under me. And I could tell he was getting frustrated. And I didn't want to be like the big Hulk guy who's just irritating people with his size and his weight and throwing it around with sloppy technique. So after a couple rounds of this, I decided, you know what, I'll go easy on the guy. I'll let him kind of submit me and practice trying to get out of a submission. Brilliant idea. So we start, and he sees the opportunity, not realizing I'm like going easy, and gets my back, gets me a chokehold, and just pulls with everything he has. And I heard a pop, and it hurt my throat. It ended up bruising my throat, which after research is apparently a very common jiu-jitsu injury. So I'm not dying, so that's good to know. But it like jacked up my throat and it's still sore. It's been a week. All right, so even though it's actually a very common injury in any kind of wrestling, grappling based sport, it's been incredibly painful, but I'm super grateful for it because it's taught me an invaluable lesson. But I'm at the Capitol, so that lesson is gonna have to wait. I can't actually find the entrance, but I think I've got it now. I think I've got it. All right, so now you gotta wait. Clearly it's the next day. Hold on. We have a hurricane coming, if you haven't heard. So I'm getting gas before school. I'm filling up because, yeah. It's not supposed to make landfall in South Carolina until like tonight, no, tomorrow night. But it's like raining like crazy here. You can see my lens keeps fogging up. So yeah, everything I recorded in the beginning of this episode, if it hits like it's supposed to, will be underwater. All that of me walking, all that of the, like the Capitol will be above water because it's on a hill, but all that other stuff where I was walking and all that B-roll I shot, that in 24 to 48 hours could all be underwater. All right, made it to school. Hey, I want to clarify something. I know I call it these daily vlogs, and at first I was really focusing on doing them every single day, but I saw another YouTube creator, Burke something or another. Probably won't put them in the links just because I'll forget when I'm editing or uploading, but if I remember, check the links just in case. He said he has the mantra of create daily, and so that doesn't mean upload daily versus some are upload daily. I'm somewhere in the middle. Like I'm striving to upload daily, but at the same time I know sometimes things take a little longer. So the goal is to create daily. I'll be vlogging every single daily. That's why I call myself a daily vlogger. And that means I'll be having daily vlogs uploaded about 85% of the time. That's just a quick clarification on that. Let's, without further ado, jump to what we're actually talking about in this video, which was yesterday for me. Okay, so the lesson that I learned, that like the reason I was thankful, like it still hurts a little, like and when I yawn it hurts a lot. It's just to go at things 100%, never to like drop your guard, never to go easy at life. So whether that be your job, your ministry, your school, whatever it is. And I know it sounds trite, it's a thing like everyone knows, but really though, thinking about it, like, and I don't just mean like, oh, you hate school and you watch my motivational video, now you're gonna go in and you're gonna study harder. No, I mean like, figure out what it is you're planning on doing in life. I think I talked in a couple videos back. No, it wasn't actually in a video, so this is awesome. This is the first time. Oh, but I'm only, you know, a sophomore in high school and I want to be a missionary to Patagonia when I'm older, and so that's so far removed I can't really work on that right now, and so I'm just kind of stuck not being able to do my thing. Wrong. There's so many things you can do now. Like I'm daily vlogging, but I didn't start daily vlogging. I started off taking the time to apply to a film school that was like 5 counties away. I had to use my great uncle's address actually. So was that technically fraud? Anyways, and then from there, when the senior pastor asked me if I'd take over the TV ministry where they would, you know, shoot the services, edit them, and they'd go out to TV, I told them no, that's not what I want to do. I make films, not this. And I realized I can't be praying for God to give me open doors and then turn them down and be picky about them. And that taught me a lot about about a lot of things, a lot of skills as far as doing live events. And I had some really good paid live events later because of it. And the skills I had, it taught me about project management, taught me about having large files. So my point is, we don't need to go down memory lane here. My point is, if you feel like you're called to be a missionary to Patagonia, there's things you can do from 10th grade to Patagonia that can prepare you. Like you're not just gonna wake up like, okay, I graduated college, now I can start the process of going to Patagonia. You're gonna be so far behind. There's things you can do now. Volunteer to like teach a Bible study at your youth group. If they have a leadership team, get on the leadership team. If you don't have one, ask to start one. If that's not an option, just start doing what you can. Get more involved in leadership. If you start helping out, even if it's like taking out the trash, setting up chairs, you start showing the leadership things, you're there. Eventually you're going to start getting more and more opportunities. You're going to get, I had the privilege of getting put, I was a junior board member, so I got to actually for, I think it was a full year, sit on every single board. Now I couldn't vote, but I got to sit on every single board meeting. I saw the minutes, I heard the discussions, I was allowed to give input, and they would even ask me sometimes because I was like the COO basically. I was like the operations guy. Like I was involved in all the ministries, and everyone came to me for like
feedback on, because I knew the calendar, I knew all this stuff, and that was an amazing year for me, a great experience. Find those things. If you know, so as a missionary of Patagonia, you're going, just a missionary in general, you know, and you're going to need different skills. Like you're going to need to be able to speak clearly and teach. So get involved in that. Teach a Sunday school class. If you're like, well, I'm only a 10th grader, they don't, you know, they're not going to let me teach. Go teach a kids class, or you know, whatever it may be. Go volunteer at the local Y or rescue shelter and do that kind of stuff. Sign up for every single missions trip your church is putting on, whether it be youth or not. Just whatever it is, spend the next however many years it is doing things that could prepare you, even if they're like kind of indirectly related. And that's what I did with video stuff. And so when people come up to me and go, man, you're really good at like your editing stuff and you're able like blah 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 blah, I'm like, yeah, because I've been doing it. Like I'm 33 years old, I've been doing this stuff for like 16, 17 years. Like I've literally half my life I've been shooting and editing video. Like my very first video I ever made was I got a webcam and hooked it up to my computer and was able to record video at 15 frames a second, and I had a 12-foot cord. So I brought stuff in and set up and did little animatic type stuff with my Star Wars characters, and I got a big piece of AstroTurf and put it on the table and set up cinder blocks to make like a Jedi temple and had the characters fighting, and I went in and we exported it out as film strip and go in Photoshop and draw the laser blasts on every single frame because I didn't have a camera. And then I got my first camera, and then I shot everything. I went to all my sister's, well, I didn't call my sister's ball games, but I'd go to her games, and while my parents and everyone else was inside, I was outside like trying to shoot a short film. Just what can I do? This is a cool environment. What can I do? I was shooting every single family event, and some of those skills were like, you're like, well, what's the big? Oh, you shot Christmas? Who cares? How does that help you do vlogs? Taking normal, ordinary things that kind of seem boring and trying to how to shoot them in a different way. These are all skills that help with the vlog. So same thing. You want to be a missionary of Patagonia? Well, start doing things, even if it's indirectly. You've got all this time. Don't waste it to prepare. So again, a little different take on this, but don't let life get a chokehold on you. That's where you're gonna get depressed, you're gonna get bored, you're gonna get stifled, you're gonna get into trouble, you're gonna lose sight of your vision for being a missionary, and you're gonna backslide, and years later, it's gonna be reaffirmed, but now you're like, oh man, I wasted all those years. Start doing stuff now. Start finding ways you can do stuff now. Figure out what it is you feel like you want to do and reverse engineer that and start doing that. Even if it's 0.001%, start working on that. And you've got time, man. You're 10th grade, you've got time. That 0.001% will grow. So you start off you're saying I'm only in 10th grade, you do that 0.001%. By 12th grade, you can be up to 10%. But besides my imaginary numbers, opportunities will open up. So maybe you have some internship opportunity after high school when you graduate that you wouldn't have had before, or maybe over the summer you get to go do a summer internship, or get to go spend a summer with a missionary, or get invited to some missions trip by the senior pastor because he sees what you're doing and sees your passion, and you get invited onto a trip that you wouldn't have normally got to go to, or whatever it may be. Something opens up, opportunity opens up. My point is, don't just sit around and wait. Don't let life get a chokehold on you. Don't let life choke you out. You get a chokehold on life. All right, that's it, guys. So until tomorrow, have a blessed day.